How do I get a value of Datetime.Today? In Python, that is, timezone aware. I am trying to subtract one date value from the value of Datetime.Today to calculate how long ago something was, but it complains. The return value from Datetime.Today doesn't seem to be timezone aware, while my other date value is. How do I get a return value from Datetime.Today that is timezone aware? The ideal solution would be for it to automatically know the time zone. Right now it's giving me the time in local time, which happens to be PST 8 hours. Worst case, is there a way I can manually enter a time zone value into the datetime object returned by Datetime.Today and set it to UTC-8?
In the standard library, there is no cross-platform way to create aware time zones without creating your own time zone class. Edit. Python 3.9 introduces zone info in the standard library, which does provide this functionality. On Windows, there's Win32 timezone, UCNO, but that's part of Pywin32. I would rather suggest to use the Python library, which has a constantly updated database of most time zones. Working with local time zones can be very tricky. See further reading, links below. So you may rather want to use UTC throughout your application, especially for arithmetic operations like calculating the difference between two time points. You can get the current date, time like so. Mind that Datetime.Today and Datetime.Now return the local time, not the UTC time, so applying replace sinfo equals pyz UTC to them would not be correct. Another nice way to do it is, which is a bit shorter and does the same. Further reading / watching why to prefer UTC in many cases. Python documentation. What every developer should know about time, development hints for many real-life use cases. The problem with time and AMP, time zones, computer file, funny, eye-opening explanation about the complexity of working with time zones, video.
Get the current time in a specific time zone. Remember to install PyTZ first.
In Python 3.9+, ZoneInfo to use the IANA time zone database. In Python 3.9 or later, you can specify particular time zones using the standard library, using ZoneInfo, like this. ZoneInfo gets its database of time zones from the operating system. If the operating system doesn't have an IANA database of time zones, notably Windows, then the information is retrieved from the first-party PyPI packaged data if available. In Python 3.2 or later. If you need to specify UTC as the time zone, the standard library provides support from this in Python 3.2 or later. You can also get a date time that includes the local time offset using a Timezone. In Python 3.6 or later, you can shorten the last line too. If you want a solution that uses only the standard library and that works in both Python 2 and Python 3, see JFS answer.
A one-liner using only the standard library works starting with Python 3.3. You can get a local time zone aware datetime object using a Timezone, as suggested by John Chen 902.
Here's a stlib solution that works on both Python 2 and 3. Where today is an aware datetime instance representing the beginning of the day, midnight, in UTC, and UTC is its info object, example from the documentation. Related, performance comparison of several ways to get midnight, start of a day, for a given UTC time. Note, it is more complex to get midnight for a time zone with a non-fixed UTC offset.
Ions Hotel, 8 Slime and Trouble.